Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today we are watching the 100th. This episode 4 of season 4. Hopefully you guys have been enjoying it so far, and if you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for free in the link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So quite a lot of stuff's going on. It's really interesting. You know, Ali was not telling lies last season. She actually was correct that there was going to be the end of the world in 6 months, and that obviously all of this radiation is going to be coming and taking everybody out. So obviously everybody's in panic stations now. Do you know what I mean? Clark revealed to everybody that this is coming, and they need more people to help obviously fix the ark, which now she's got them all. But Raven found out last episode that instead of 6 months, they've actually got 2, and they need to work faster. They need to start deciding who's going to be on the ship, rationalizing food, medicine. Do you know what I mean? Very interesting there. Luna turned up at the gates, you know, with all of her people, which is like 5, you know what I mean, mate? Everybody on that rig has died. They've all been taken over by obviously radiation poisoning. We was told that all the fish in the sea have been rising to the top dead, and obviously that explains how they've you know, that they've got it, because they've digested it when they've been eating, and they need the hardcore Arcadia medical supplies. Now obviously Raven was stuck in a tough decision whether to give the medicine to these people or whether to hold it for themselves. Do you know what I mean? She was saying, look mate, we've got 500 people here and we need to dwindle it down to 100. We've also got limited rations. We've got no medical supplies. We can't just be willy-nilly giving it out to everybody who's sick, especially these people here who are not even part of us. And in 2 months, when the actual radiation hits, they're going to be dead anyway. We're just going to be wasting it. But then if you flip it on the human side, there's a little girl right in front of you who's dying, that you do have a possible medicine to try and help. And do you know what I mean? Raven actually said no, but Murphy overheard it, smashed it, took the, you know, took the medicine out of the case and give it to Abba, who actually only gave 1 of the medicines to the little girl. And she said, look, if she's successful and she survives, we'll pass it around to everybody else. She didn't. She died. Everybody died apart from Luna. And they come to the conclusion that she self-healed because she was a Nightblood. So now she's interested moving forward. I don't know what they're going to do with her. But obviously, this chip is still out there. She could take it. She is the true, you know, the true commander, pretty much. And, you know, the Flame Keeper, they lost it last episode. Yes, Rowan lost the flame. You know, somebody stole it. He suspected it was a female, which I don't know why he suspected that, but he gave his little reasons. And it turned out he was actually right anyway. It was Gia. Now, this girl, Gia, who's that, you might say? Sinja's daughter. Very interesting. Dropped it in there, 4th season. She's got it. She was the one that shouted at Rowan that she didn't like it when he was saying he was honouring the 13th clan, and obviously he was holding the flame. Again, interestingly, you know, Octavia's been going around. She killed that guy, obviously, in episode 2, and then we've seen him acknowledge that he knew that she killed him in episode 3, and he was saying, I need you to do it again. I need you to hunt down this person that stole the flame without people finding out it's been taken. I need you to take them out. Well, she found out, obviously, it was Indra's daughter, and she didn't actually kill her. She's got loyalty towards Indra. She said, look, mate, what do you want me to do? As they was having this discussion, banging on the door, all these people that are hating the technology, they blame it all for obviously what Ali done, come in, destroying everything. They've managed to take the flame, a fake one. They made bait and switched it really good. They smashed it. They thought it was successful. They was buzzing. They left. She went and got the true flame again after she hid it. Took it. Indra let her actually run away. And Octavia said to Indra, look, mate, Rowan won't go and hunt her down because we'll tell him that it was somebody else. We won't tell him it was her. And she actually delivered a head of somebody else, as well as a smashed up fake flame to obviously Rowan, who threw it in the fire. And he was like, mate, this can't get out to anybody. And if it does, there's going to be chaos. So I can't wait to see what goes on with them. Them 2 seem pretty decent this season. I'm excited. And obviously, I want to know what's going on with Luna and how she's obviously going to play into the story as well. I'm glad that she's back. I was disappointed that she was only in it and then out of it last season, but she's back. Let's hope she's here for the long time. Thanks for checking out today's video. If you do enjoy it, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, let's jump into today's episode. Yo, how's he floated out there? Jasper, he's banter.
It looks like you got floated.
Yo, that's good, Bance.
Well, I want to know how you managed to do this without waking me up.
Oh, probably not.
With the we're all gonna die face.
We're all gonna die, that's why.
I mean,
I know what you mean. Stuck here in case anyone needs a cut bandage, supervising the backup plan when I should be going to the island to make Nightblood.
if Jaha's right, and Becca created Nightblood there, they'll find her records.
Black Rain. All right, everyone inside! Just like we practiced, go!
Jasper, come on!
I'm in there. He's chatting.
Fine.
Yo, it's good acting, mate. Did you see it?
Don't be like that, guys. Guys! Why did everyone around here lose their sense of humor?
See, right, sense of humour is different. Throwing Jaha in that lake, yeah, and saying you've been floated, that is a sense of humour. Like, making people feel like you're about to die, that's not a sense of humour, is it? You know what I mean? It's a little bit different there. There's a line. It's like, obviously, if you take a gun and someone thinks it's loaded and you put it to your head and shoot it, somebody's going to be screaming. They're going to be literally dying inside themselves thinking that you're gone. And then you're like, I'm only kidding. And you're like, mate, that's not funny. But, like, pushing him out into the water and just be like, you've been floated, that's pretty funny. But, again, do you know what I mean? We were saying last episode, her blood, Luna's, can he do something with it? Do you know what I mean? How much do they have to ingest themselves to you know, start, like, producing it? Done a good thing here, mate. They've gone in search for, obviously, records. You know, if Becca did actually create this Nightblood, then they'd be able to reverse engineer it and find the records and create it themselves. I like it. It makes sense. Let's do it.
I wish I were with you.
Me too. But you have to be there. Once we create this Nightblood serum, we're going to have to distribute it very quickly. What did I do now?
Your choices have consequences.
Would you rather I killed Indra's daughter?
I'd rather you didn't kill. Didn't have to kill that boy. You didn't have to kill Pike.
Yes, she did, mate. That one, she did.
What he deserved.
The king would like to see you.
You're no longer part of my security detail.
Mate, she should just join Rowan's security detail. That's what I pray for, anyway. That is literally what I pray for. Oh, is this back to Alice Island?
You okay for that hike?
Try to keep up with me.
I thought I'd be here again.
Ah, you shouldn't have come. You're still a dick.
Nah, man. The guy's sick.
Like stand-up crew. No. I would jump in. And you know which I'm yo.
Chivo didn't come out. But like I juiced the capital.
Look, right, I understand what she's trying to say there. She's trying to flip it again, right? But it's not the same. Like, I'm gonna give I'm gonna give a scenario, right? There's a nuclear bomb, rocket, a warhead, and it's got a timer on it, and there's 1 day left, mate. And this rocket, unless somebody puts a security code in to stop it, is hitting. You know, it's going from the UK and it's hitting the US. You know what I mean? A war is going to happen. Yeah. Now, I am the only person that has this code, but I don't want to give it you. The fact is, you know, I've got a solution to stop something that's happening. Now, are you going to be a bad person when you get me and torture me because you want me to give you the code? Do you know what I'm saying? No, it's not. Like, like Nico's saying there, these are pretty good people. Do you know what I mean? Like, he's seen it firsthand, them save him, his friends, his Lincoln and everything. Obviously, Pike killed him, but what I mean is, like, just because you've got a solution to help save the world, for example, and you might be unwilling to give it them, if they react by forcing you, that's not them being bad people. It's not. That's them doing something. They're going to take extreme measures because it's extreme circumstances. So you've got a solution and everybody needs it. Not just them, though. Everybody. So, do you know what I mean? If you're unwilling, they're going to take it. It's like if I was unwilling to give you the code to deactivate the warhead, you're going to fucking torture me up until I speak. Doesn't make you a bad person. It means you're doing whatever it takes to save everyone.
No frick drain up past this line. I've never crossed it.
I never met a line I wouldn't cross.
All right, everyone. Let's go. We have a long walk ahead of us.
The drone's still here. Still controlling themselves. Oh, fucking hell, no way. Oh, Nikos. Luna's got off.
Where the hell's Luna?
If we don't find Luna, everyone we know is gonna die in a wave of fire.
I like the beach.
Stay under the trees, you're safe. The rest of you do the same. We're checking every 10. Hey, what are you not telling me?
Just trust me.
No, man,
There are
spill.
worse things on this island than drones. We need to keep moving.
Yo, she needs to spill, mate. What are you withholding here?
I would have thought. Tell me the plan. Sky Crew asked for time to find a solution.
We're still working on it. Hopefully with more time.
Enough.
You alright?
You can get better info, Bellamy.
Echo saw your people rebuilding your ship.
Backup plan. Nothing more. Discovered that Nightblood helps metabolize radiation. We're investigating ways to create it for everyone. Turn everyone into Nightbloods. If Nightblood can save lives, We should use it.
Kill the random guy that we don't even know. It's obvious that, ain't it?
Truth is the first casualty of war. Our alliance is broken.
Sky Crew and Tree Crew be like bugger.
Hunt and run OCTAVIA down.
Do you know what? Fair play to him. Because, again, right, when he said, mate, it's been 3 weeks, what have you got? I need more time. That's bollocks. It is. You actually had a lot of info that you could have give there, and you didn't. He literally should have just turned out and said, look, mate, we found out what he just said, that Nightblood could be a solution to actually, you know, beating the radiation. We're going to, you know, search. We're doing more research to see if we can reverse engineer it and provide, obviously, Nightblood to everybody so that we can actually adapt to the radiation. That's it. You know, no BSing. Your team, you're a team. You're lucky. You're there. You're in his kingdom or whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, the guys letting you live there, roof over your head, survive, search. So, I don't know. Like, I would say that's Kane's fault for being pretty poor at withholding that info. Now, in terms of the ship, yeah, I said that was always going to happen. As soon as, I literally say, if you flip back to episode 2 or whatever, I said, mate, Echo's going to go there, they're going to see that they're repairing it, and they're going to say that they're doing it for themselves. That I always foreseen that happening, but Echo's got a hardcore agenda, mate. Like, proper hardcore. At least Rowan sometimes is willing to listen to what people say. She's not. She'll just take them out.
I can't believe you talked me into this.
Chill out, we're doing her a favor.
Should be enough left in the pipes for one shot.
So Jasper's finding the list then because she had it hidden in a stupid place.
I already wrote the program.
I think Jasper's not on it as well.
Does Clark have a list of 100 names?
Oh, just gonna be back any second.
What's going on?
The ship will only save 100 people.
He didn't tell you she was making a list, now you're defending her?
What do you care?
She put herself on this list, by the way. You still think it's all good?
Guess what, Monty?
They're not on the list.
You're not.
Like, it makes no sense, that, does it?
Clark, wait!
You're not God. Clark, you don't get to decide who lives or dies.
The list is a backup. We have.
Well, I guess you don't mind if I tell everyone.
It's in Arcadia. I have an announcement.
He broke into the Chancellor's office. Lock him up.
I need reasoning, actually. I do need reasoning. I'm not going to let that brush aside. I'm going to question it constantly.
We're on Injur Camp Run.
Wasalam stay grew up. You badalam oyun like war.
Monty,
Jasper's fine. In case you care.
it wasn't easy making that list. You're an apprentice. Jaha's more knowledgeable about the ship. He's more experienced. And Raven...
I get why you didn't put me on the list. When did you become this person? You're the one going too far and using the same old justification. It's all for my people.
It is!
Hey, that was Jaha in season 1, mate.
But if you just tell everyone the truth, maybe they'll surprise you.
Again, I'm going to go back to what I said in season 1, yeah. That one person doesn't make a decision. Now, this list that she's made is literally irrelevant. Like, who's going to adhere to it? Do you know what I'm saying? So she goes, here's the list, here's the 100 people that are survive who's going to be on the Ark. I'd be like, I'm not on it. Swivel on this, mate. I'm going on it. You're not stopping me. Do you know what I mean? And, well, who's going to be more, like, you know, like, the 400 people are going to all outbeat the 100. You can say all these 100, yeah, they'll have some weapons. Yeah, they will do. But like she was saying, she's got like 8 engineers. They're not warriors. Do you know what I mean? Like, the fact is that who chose her to pick that list? At least when they was on the Ark, they had a council. I always go back to it. There needs to be a hierarchy. There needs to be a council. And it's not one person that makes a decision. Say like if I owned a company, yeah, and I was fucking doing shit decisions all over the place, there's a board. And what the board will do is come together and say, he's sending us in the ground, mate. He is literally ruining the company dry, doing a terrible job. He's getting kicked off. Not every single person, no matter how much you're in a position of charge, yeah, you could be outvoted. You could be the Prime Minister, the President, and you do a terrible job, your cabinet will outvote you. They'll do a non-conformance vote or whatever you want to call it and take you out. It's just the same. Nobody's picked her to be in charge. Nobody said that she can create the list. So, like, why would anybody adhere to it? That's my thing anyway. And to be honest, right, fair dues. She gave a justification for Monte. I was going to say, how's he not on it? The guy's smart, he knows stuff. But she said, look, mate, you're an apprentice and people know more than you, so I chose them. Fair dues. I can't argue with that. At least you had a reason.
Clark Griffin has been lying to you.
No.
Oh, Monty's doing it.
Only saved 100 people. Heather Davis, Grazia Watson, Shelley Scurry.
Oh, mate. You can't blame him though, you know. If I want on the list, I'd make it everybody knows it's happening. I'd grab a few bushes me and put it on my back and like crawl over. Just cross the line.
Luna's here, she's heading for the boat.
Dive. Dive! Yes.
Blood can save us.
Do you really think you deserve to be saved? What if the fight is all we are? We pretend we're more than that just to make ourselves feel better with the child. Adria, was she more than that? There are others like her out there. Don't you want to give them a chance? You have a choice.
Raven, we can't get to the beach. Luna's the priority. Nothing's more important than her.
She's got a good shot, Luna, though, I think.
We need to help them.
You need to bow it.
Luna, please. I know what to do with my leg. What do I need to do? Are you sure about this? If you can get it, I can hack it.
Get a shot right on the line. Ooh.
We need you, Abby.
Yeah.
What's happening?
I'll draw its fire.
Hey! Over here!
Ballsy move that. Oh, I ran out of bullets.
What happened?
I haven't. Now get your asses back to the boat. Luna's here. It's your blood that defines you. It's your heart.
And it's what you could do to save the world. Do you know what I mean? A good person. That's the thing with Luna. Do you know what I mean? Like, last season, she had a chance. I understand that she wanted to get away from the life, but she had a chance to stop. Pretty much, basically, Ali was destroying the world. So that was like, you know, another bit of like thing that was happening. She had a chance to try and save the world and she rejected it because she didn't want that lifestyle. Again, boom, here, next season. World's ending. There's a chance that she could save the world, and there's a chance again that she's going to reject it. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what her problem is. You went to them, they helped you. They come to you, you rejected it. We're not forcing you, but if you're not going to give us a chance to actually save mankind, do you know what I mean? Then we're going to have to go extreme, so.
I know this is hard to take in, but to ensure the survival of the human race, the list had to be weighted towards young women who can have children.
How's that fair?
It's not fair.
Well, that's proper sexist, that, innit?
And Bellamy Blake? Come on. Of course, Clark and Bellamy should be included. We hold a lottery. Choose the 100 people to survive.
Fairs. That is
You
fairs.
have to work for it. And when the time comes, then we draw.
That is, he's good enough to get a clap. It's a fucking great idea. How can anybody argue with that?
That radiation shield is ready.
What are you doing? You have to know that a random lottery is risky.
You have to give them something to fight for. You can't tell people they have no value, but the people need to feel like they have a say in their fate.
That was so good, honestly. That was so good. I actually really do like it. Is that? Yo, that view looks well good.
Rowan wants you alive.
Oh, he does.
That'll happen.
That is so good. What's just happened? Wait. Oh, fucking hell, she's been stabbed. I thought, like, she got stabbed and it splattered on Octavia. I fall off that mountain. What's going on here? What's that water? She should be 100% dead, shouldn't she? Let's be honest. I'm not believing it. I just don't believe it. But that was mad, though. She should be dead. Let's be honest, she should be dead.
You think you have the best idea? You have to convince people.
Once I read the list over the radio, everyone knows everything. Go.
You know, someday when all this is over, you're gonna realize that phone bit was funny.
Sorry about Nico.
Actually, I'm sorry about Nico. It's all right.
How about what happened at the beat? Thank you.
Careful, Raz. He's already got dibs on me. Small question. Ali had a security system protect this thing, right? Any idea what she was protecting it from?
Let's hope we don't find out.
Some hardcore tech, that, innit? Gotta say, I like Luna's hair, man. Like, it's massive, it's well good.
We're bringing you home. Your ship is sheltered from prime fire. Get him ready to march.
Octavia will get there first.
I am sorry.
It was a good death.
She's a good fighter though, Echo, isn't she? Let's be honest. Fuck. Fucking warrior, mate. How deep was that water that she fell into? It looked like it was stones like that. That's what you call a proper fighter, that, innit? You actually do that to horses, just talk to them and they know what's going on. Yo, that was interesting. Do you know what? I know nothing about horses, so like literally you could be the dumbest question in the world, but like, can you just sit on a horse and say like, take me home, and it knows what you're talking about? Do you know what I mean? Because you can say to like a dog, can't you? Like, let's be honest, you can. If you could train a dog to be like, go and close the door, or you know, open the door, close the door, right, I need to go here, like take us. You know what I mean? Like, you see blind dogs, sick, absolute next level dogs. You know what I mean? People who are blind and they've got these guide dogs, unreal, mate. Like, can you do that to a horse, though? You know what I mean? Can she get on it and literally be like, right, take us to Arcadia? And it knows, like, yeah, sure, will do, mate. No problem at all. You know what I mean? First of all, yeah, if I turned up to Arcadia and I was Echo and Rowan and I seen Octavia there, I'd be like, you little ledge, mate. I'll be like, look, if we come and kill everybody, you can have a pass. Like, I think at some point, you gain some sort of respect for people, whether they're the enemy or not. You have to look at it and think, yo, you deserve to live. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. The fact is, yeah, she should be dead. I'm not going to beat around the bush and say that she's, you know, she shouldn't be. She 100% should be. That blade was all the way through her. It had a clean exit wound though, it did. And then she fell off, and the height that she fell off, the impact of hitting that water should be brutal itself. And the fact is, don't know how deep it is, but you seen how shallow it was there. She should be dead. But you know what? Why am I complaining? Because she's the best, and I'm happy she's alive. So let's just say I'm buzzing about it, and hopefully it brings her back stronger. And the fact is, now that Bellamy thinks that she's dead, I'm hoping that he gets better as well. You seen Octavia, how like her emotions / you know, decisions kind of have changed since the first 2 seasons. As soon as you seen that Lincoln's died, her whole character, motive, personality kind of changed. I want that with Bellamy. To be honest, I actually do like Bellamy. He's a good, solid character. You know, I really enjoyed him in the first 2 seasons. Last season, he had like an up and down one, half good, half bad. But like, as a whole, his character's pretty solid. And the fact is, now I want him to go absolutely psycho mode. She's called the Sky Ripper. I want him to be Sky Ripper 2.0, literally, because it would be sick. And the fact is, yeah, Echo's decent. You can like her or you can dislike her, but you got to acknowledge she's a good fighter and she's pretty good. And you know, I don't want her to die. I don't want Rowan to die. I actually don't want Echo to die. Now, I think that Rowan could die maybe later on in the season. It just is. It happens with leaders. It does, like Lexa. But like, Echo's decent, and like, you seen her beating Rowan up last episode. It was a bit weak, but she's a good, strong fighter, and she's a good asset to their team. And they come up against Octavia there, who's again is a good, strong fighter, and she was more successful in the duel. You know what I mean? And did give her a warrior's death, even though she survived. You seen Indra last season when you know, she was kept alive and Bellamy didn't kill her and saved her on the battlefield. She was livid, wasn't she? Do you know what I mean? He denied her a warrior's death. What's happened to her? She was supposed to be taken here in this episode as well. Octavia's looking for her, and we didn't see it. So where is Indra? I've got to say, if Indra dies, like, I don't mind people dying if it's like warrior's death. Like, that would have been an okay one for Octavia, even though I'd be salted, proper salted, the fact that she's one of my favourite characters and she's died. You know, that's how you would go out. A proper fight, a true battle, not just like told off screen that she died. You need to see it. So I would have been okay with that. In terms of Luna, you know what I mean? She again was reluctant to help. She was going to run away, and then she's obviously Raven, give a bit of heart to heart, played on the emotions. You know what I mean? You know, you're trying to say that we're all baddies and we do this and that and whatever's, but like, we're all not the same, are we? What about that little girl that you brought to Arcadia? You know, she's not what you said that we are. And the whole world has got more of her in it. Innocent people that deserve to actually live. They're not bad people. And the thing is, you can hate me, you can hate them. You can hate every single person in Arcadia. But think of all the little girls, little boys out there that are actually just being brought up. You're a solution to actually improving and keeping them alive while this threat's coming. And you're going to deny that because you hate the masses. Do you know what I mean? I thought it was pretty good that she done. And she played on the heartstrings. She got around there. And now she's trying to help. And they found this lab and it's absolute next level, isn't it? It's mad, isn't it? You see it from the outside. It's kind of like Stranger Things. when they go in the desert and all you got is a door in the middle of just an empty desert, and it's just like a door in the middle of the big forest, and then when you go inside of it, it's some next level facility. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what? If anybody can do it, and they can obviously reverse engineer this and create more Nightblood, it is Raven. But again, do you know what I mean? Time's pushing. You know, it's ticking along, and I don't know if she's going to be able to do it to save everybody from Polis and everybody in the arc. I think that's like a lot. So it's going to be interesting to see, obviously, like, who ends up getting it. Because I feel like, you know, right now we've got a list and only a few can be on the arc. But I also think that there's going to have to be a list on who can take the blood, because it's not going to be enough for everyone. Okay, and that's going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I've got to say, give it a clap in the episode. I'll give it a clap now. What Jaha proposed, actually, for the people to take part in, you know, living on the ship, the 100 people, I thought was amazing, to be fair. I don't know if you've ever, if you do it in your country, you do it, well, in England as a kid, you do it all the time. Say you've got 30 people and you're playing a football match. Obviously, you have 2 teams of 11, so that means, obviously, you've got 22. So some people can't play. So what you do is you turn around, you pick numbers. One person spins around, everybody gets a number from 1 to obviously 30, then the person spins back around and they say, right, numbers 2, 8, 15, 17, 21, you know, 27, they're all on one team, you know, like 9, 8, 4, 2, 3, 6, they're on that team. If you left out, you left out, you accepted it. Do you know why? Because it was a lucky draw. You do numbers and that is it. It's like pulling straws. It's just a similar thing. He's actually saying, look, mate, there's 500 people here. You've made a list. Nobody said that your list is the right list. I said it earlier on in the episode. Who chose Clark to be the person that decided who stays alive? Okay, she was trying to prioritise it. She went down the sexist route, to be honest. And to be fair, there was method in the madness. No, she was saying that the ship should have more females because they can reproduce. But then again, do you know what I mean? If you don't have enough males, then you can't. Do you know what I mean? Imagine if she picked every single male that couldn't actually, you know, be able to conceive. She's wounded then. So, to be honest, it should have been, well, I was going to say a 50-50 split, but, you know, that's not fair. That's like saying you go to a job, yeah, and you're like, mate, 10 women come for the job, 10 male. We're taking on 10 people, we'll do 5 and 5. No, that's not the case, yeah? If all 10 women was the best people for the job, you hire all 10 and bin the 10 out of 10 men off. Like, you literally do that. And that's what it should be here. It's who is vital, who is asset, who is the people that is going to keep the ship survivable, and who is actually going to help everybody stay alive. They're the people that should be at the top of the list. I actually do firmly believe that they have 100 that go onto the ship, and then I feel like maybe 80 of them should be the raffle. I do feel like there needs to be leadership. Like, so I actually feel like on the ship there needs to be Jaha, there needs to be Abed, there needs to be Clark, and there needs to be Bellamy and Raven, only because we know them all. Like, there could be people as good as them. What I'm saying is those 5 need to be on there. I feel like they're assets. The fact is, you can't have people on the ship who are not willing to make the tough decisions. People need them. You need those leaders. You can't shove 100 people in there and nobody be strong enough to actually take the leadership and make the tough decisions like Raven was trying to do last episode with, you know, saying no to that little girl about having the medicine. You do need a hierarchy. I feel like Jaha is actually really good at that position. Yeah, season 3 had a bad season, but he was possessed by Ali. If you go to season 1 and 2, he was a very good chancellor. He was a good leader, and I feel like he needs to be on there. Abbe is a shoo-in, to be honest. Like, let's be honest, nobody else can say no to it. She has to be on there. She's number 1 on the list. She's doctor. The fact is, it's mad that they've been on the ground for, well, it's only like 6 months, innit? I was going to say, but you need to actually train some people up. And like Clark was trying to say to Monte, yeah, X, Y, and Z are better than you. You're a trainee, so they're more essential. Get them on the ship. Well, hang on. Let's be honest, yeah? 2 of them people that you put on there, but I could be 60 years old. Yeah, I'm 20, 21, or whatever's. I'm pretty decent now already, and I've got so much longer to be able to provide for the arc. I can learn. Who's to say that in 5 years, the information that I've acquired, yeah, I'm not going to be way better than them. Like, you also have to look at it like that. You can't pick every single person that's the best for that position. It's like having a sports team. I know I'm talking about sports because obviously it's something that I'm into. But if the whole team are 35-year-olds and they're all the best, you're not going to get rid of a 21-year-old who's good but not as good as them. Do you know what I mean? Because these 35-year-olds, in 2-3 years, they're gone. They're not part of your team no more. They're too old. They're going to deteriorate. This 21-year-old who's really good, yeah, might not hit their peak, but they've got longevity. They can provide you 10 years of that good quality stuff compared to obviously the seniors. So you have to look at it like that as well. You know, if you're going to make your list and you're going to try and go hardcore checking medical records like you did with Harper, you have to start planning objectively and actually sensibly. Couple of old people, quite a lot of young people, to be honest. You do have to be ageist. You have to go all out like this. You have to be sexist, like she was saying, trying to pick a couple of the women and the men. You got to pick the young ones, not the old ones. You know what I mean? Like, all this does come into play. You can't pick all the old people and then no young uns, and then they can't reproduce, and then the art just dies within itself. That'd be a poor decision. So I thought that was an interesting question and like thing that Clark raised. It is, because you have to start thinking hardcore objectively. But the fact is, yeah, who can blame Rowan for coming here and trying to take in the arc? I can't. The fact is, Kane was well shit in that encounter between them. All right, it's been 3 weeks, we'll let you live here. You know, what's the progression? Have you got any information? How we're beating this thing? Oh, well, you know, just give us a bit more time. You're looking into it. A bit more time, yeah? What, so you can build your arc? Like, we've been over there. We've seen you getting all materials, you're resourcing, you got people working on it, your ship's sustainable, you can live there, and you're not trying to give me that information. Oh, well, actually, do you know, I do have a bit of information. We know that now. No, you've said enough, mate. You didn't tell it, mate. You know, if you're withholding it, you're not a team player. Get it locked up. We're taking it. Whatever you have, it's ours now. So, do you know what? Can't blame Rowan for that either. I would probably act the same. If I was in a life or death situation and I was like, you know, giving you time to provide me with the information, and then you give me no information, and I see naturally your people doing stuff to survive and not passing it on, I'd be like, sack it, mate. You're not a team player. Whatever you've got is mine now. I'm going to overrule you. I'm going to go over there. I'm going to take it. What's yours is now mine. So I think it's interesting. I'm loving the fact that Octavia's alive, though. I actually am. She put up a good fight. Not bothered that Echo won. She's a good fighter. Hope she stays in it. And, you know, I actually thought it was decent that it's out in the open now. And like I said, I like that Jah has said about the lottery, about, like, you know, everybody come, do your bit, you get put in the hat. I think it's a great idea, because how many more people are going to be working now? You know, all these people before that didn't really kind of want to volunteer. You have to. It's free will. You might say, tell you what, I'm not really bothered. I'll just live my life and chill. I won't be in the jar. But other people really, really want to live. They're there 24 hours a day, working non-stop, getting the ship into good condition. And that's what you need. That was a perfect motivator. It was so good. So, you know what? Well done to Jaha on that one. That is going to wrap up today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash a like. Really helps out. Subscribe if you're new. And as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.